Aditya's exam adventure. Aditya Bakshi, an 11-year-old, felt a familiar flip-flop in his tummy. Exams were coming. He was a little plump, with bright eyes behind his glasses, and even though he loved learning, tests always made him a bit nervous. At home, he often wore his comfy t-shirt and sneakers as he sat at his desk. A mountain of books waiting. Above his desk, his study schedule was like a colorful map. Maths, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., it said, because he loved numbers. Then, science, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. English, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Social studies, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Hindi, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. He knew following it was the best way to beat his exam worries. Hindi was often the hardest. The grammar and vocabulary sometimes danced around, not making sense. He'd spend extra time on tough problems, scribbling and erasing. But he never gave up. He knew practice made perfect. Aditya knew studying too long wasn't good. Every hour, he'd stand, stretch, and grab a quick snack. Sometimes, he'd look out the window at the busy street, letting his mind rest before jumping back into books. His mom, Anita, with her own kind eyes behind glasses, was his biggest fan. She'd bring him warm milk or his favorite biscuits. "How's my little scholar?" she'd ask, her voice always calming his nerves. His dad, Udayan, also wearing glasses, was great at explaining things, especially science. If Aditya got stuck, his dad would sit with him, patiently breaking down tough topics until they clicked. Sometimes, he'd chat with friends online for quick study sessions. They'd quiz each other and explain hard parts. It made studying feel less scary, knowing they were all in it together. At dinner, his parents would always ask about his day. "Just do your best, Aditya," his mom Anita would say. "We're proud of you no matter what," his dad, Udayan, would add. Their words made him feel strong. The night before the first exam was a mix of nerves and excitement. Aditya laid out his uniform, packed his pencil case, and quickly looked over his notes. "I've done my best," he told himself. "Now, just believe." On exam morning, after a good breakfast, Aditya felt calm. He took a deep breath, fixed his glasses, and walked towards his school. The tummy flip-flop was still there, but it felt more like excitement now. He was ready. Inside the quiet exam hall, all he heard was paper rustling and pen scratching. Aditya read the questions carefully. He wrote steadily, his thoughts clear. He knew the answers because he had worked hard. When the bell rang, Aditya felt a huge wave of relief. He had faced his fears and given his all. Walking out, he knew that no matter his grades, he had passed the biggest test. Believing in himself,